Cavs Pacers. Right now, the FanDuel line is Cavs minus 550, Pacers plus 410 in the series market, which is honestly blew my mind when I saw that. They think this is either going to be a sweep or go to 5 games. And so, with that being said, Chase, what were your thoughts coming into this series? And now, once you see what Vegas is thinking, does that alter your opinion on the series at all?
It does a little bit. Vegas always, because they're pretty on top of these things. Heading into this series, though, I love what I saw from Indiana. I thought that they played the Bucks series perfectly, and they knew their weakness. Granted, the Bucks were kind of a dying dog, and that's going to be put down. And the Pacers just had the gun in their hand. But I love the way that they were still resilient. They won games that they could have easily dropped, i.e. last night. They were able to see a big improvement from Halliburton, who at times this season we kind of were like, what exactly is going on here with this guy? And I think that they're not afraid of Cleveland. I don't see a reason for them to be. I think that they're still probably juiced off of their run last season, and they have pretty much the exact same squad. So it's just another year under the belt for them. And I think they're going to be hungry. Obviously, the heavy underdogs, they're going to feel that, on Cleveland's side, they obviously just murdered the Miami Heat. But not to take too much away from Cleveland, because they're really dang good, that was the 10 seed. And they're awful, this Miami Heat team. And they didn't even want to be there. You could kind of tell they're probably pissed that they won those 2 play-in games. Maybe they got a little bit extra bonus in their salary, or there's some sort of incentive. That was a truly awful Miami Heat team, and maybe one of the worst teams to make I won't say that, but it made me want to abolish the play-in. That's how bad it was, because the Hawks series would have been more interesting than that. I promise you. So Cleveland now is going to have their first taste of real playoff basketball, because they just didn't have it against Miami. And so I wouldn't be shocked to see Indiana kind of punch them in the mouth a little bit early, whether that's winning a game or just keeping it close in game 1 or 2, something like that. I think there's a fighting chance for the Pacers here in this series.
The thing I keep going back to when I'm trying to predict this series is, who do I trust in close games in this series? Do I trust Halliburton and the Pacers more, or do I trust Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs more? I think it's a fair question. I think it's a coin flip.
It's kind of like, pick your poison almost. I mean, honestly, and I don't want to be too hot takey, but from what we've seen in playoff contention, the Pacers have shown me more to trust them in these close games than the Cavs. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is a playoff underperformer. It hasn't happened so far, but this is the real first series for them.
I weirdly trust Donovan Mitchell more, but maybe that's just because what he has around him and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'm going Cavs in this series. I want to go 5 in my heart of hearts, but I'm going to say Cavs in 6, because I think you're right. I think the Pacers might knock one out early, win one in Cleveland and whatnot. But I think the Cavs just have too much firepower around them, and the Twin Towers of Allen and Mobley, I think, are going to be a real problem for, especially Miles Turner is going to get obliterated in this series. And that the Pacers defense, I just don't think, we talk about exposing defensive weaknesses. I mean, the Pacers are wide open for good teams, and we saw Giannis and the Bucks take them down to the wire when they were, like you said, a dead dog at that point. I think the Cavs absolutely dominate the Pacers in this series, and I think we see 1 or 2 close games, maybe go to 6, but honestly, give me Cavs in 5.
Oh, you just talked yourself into 5.
Yeah, I went back. I talked myself back into 5. I got to stick with my heart of hearts, because when we did the playoff preview going into this, I really thought the Timberwolves were going to beat the Lakers, but I was too scared and I was too big of a wuss to say it, and I fell into peer pressure, and I fell into the same propaganda that gets spit it out over and over again about the Lakers. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to really think about this and go, look, what I watch in these games is the Cavs are a freaking good team, and they can compete with the Celtics. I'm picking the Celtics if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they can compete, and I just have to remember who the Bucks were. I know the Heat were terrible. I know that, but I think you can just kind of throw that away and just we don't have to talk about that Heat series. The Bucks are awful. And the Bucks made those games competitive just because of Giannis. The Cavs have a really good team, and they have so many ways they can beat you. Give me the Cavs in 5.
They're dang good. I think we'll obviously know more when they play, but I think for game one's going to really set the tone. I could see the Cavs coming out and just absolutely smoking the Pacers. Or if that game's close, then we'll know we have a series on our hands. So looking forward to see how they respond. I think I'll probably go Cavs in 6. I think I see the Pacers grabbing one more game here. But I will say this. I would not be surprised if we saw this go 7 or if Indiana ended up being up like 3-2 randomly. Because this is just superstition talking, and this is me in my head. The NBA playoffs just cannot be chalk. We all like OKC to go to the Western Conference Finals. We all like Boston to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I
don't. Oh. You don't like OKC?
We'll talk about that later. Let's get this Cavs Pacers preview done now.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is, and you want to say, oh, okay, Houston's probably not going. Well, the chalk pick there in reality was the Golden State Warriors. And so I'm just waiting for that unexpected thing to happen in these playoffs.
Isn't that the Timberwolves?
That is part of it. I think it needs to extend past the second round, like the Pacers last year ended up getting to the conference finals, right? And doing something crazy there. I don't see the 4 teams that we expect to be in there it actually happening. And the Cavs, I hate to say it, are the number one contender in my mind to blow it and to be the team to miss out because they lost in the second round.
No, I don't.
It's
don't
a superstition.
Agree.
It's not grounded on much. It's just more of like trying to guess trends and more March Madness-y type picks. But that's just what I see.
This is a bad year to compare it to March Madness.
It is a very bad year. That's true.
Yeah, and also we'll wrap up Cavs Pacers real quick. Evan Mobley's going to have a series. Evan Mobley's going to have whatever he wants. I think he's going to be averaging 20, 12, and 3 blocks in the series. He's going to be dominant. And if you can get a good, solid performance out of Donovan Mitchell, I know Garland's going to be healthy for the series as well. Look, one of those two can beat you. Jared Allen, I don't know how much he ends up playing in the series, depending on, I think it'll be very matchup dependent, but I think Evan Mobley just absolutely has a series. If there was a series MVP thing you could bet on FanDuel, I'd be betting Evan Mobley so fast.
On top of that, I think these Cleveland guards are kind of licking their chops, guys who can sit in the corner and shoot threes. Obviously, Halliburton's going to be putting a lot of switches. Neesmith's probably your best defender on ball at this point, and then you're playing Nembhard, right? A lot of those minutes, and so guys like Donovan Mitchell, even Darius Garland, even guys like Max Strus and Sam Merrill know that they're going to be open in this series. So if the Pacers want to compete, they got to take a big step up defensively and a completely different style than the Bucks, right? Because the Cavs are going to just barrage 3-pointers on you, and you're going to have a formidable offensive performance from at least 2 of those guys in your backcourt every game. Like if we see Nembhard do what he did last season, where he's hitting like insane 36-footers in the clutchest moments, then we can talk about a series. But if that does not happen and they get exposed on the defensive end, then it could be over in 5, easy.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Cavs Pacers. That's our preview.